Okay, here, besides the microphone on the left, what do you notice? This is the microphone symbol, and this is the camera symbol. If you like, share the camera. They always call it video, but what is it? They mean the camera. So 你点击它就可以打开摄像头，没问题。好，左边的标志是举手标志，举手标志意味着现在如果有学生在课堂上想告诉我某件事，想提醒我某件事，他会怎么做？他会举手。所以当学生举手时，这个标志会出现在学生名字的右边，这样我就知道这个学生举手了。在这种情况下，我可以给他分配一个主持人的角色。如果他想使用麦克风，比如说博士，您看，博士穆罕默德举起了手，这个举手标志出现了 ，I 现实在学生名字的右边，所以我知道这个学生是举手的。在这种情况下，我可以给他分配一个主持人的角色。如果他想使用麦克风，比如说博士，您看，博士穆罕默德举起了手。这个举手标志出现了。It appeared that Dr. Mahmoud raised his hand and needed something specific. This alerted me. As a professor in the lecture, it alerted me. So now Dr. Mahmoud is in this situation. I can come from here and give him an appointment as a presenter and direct him to what he is like as a presenter. So if he wants to use the microphone and has a question, what should I do? The hand raise sign. Okay? Now that Dr. Mahmoud has finished his part, I am reappointing him as a participant, and he has also removed the raise hand sign, and there is no problem with the matter. Okay, who else? So 关于虚拟教室里的事情，正如您所看到的，左边的标志，这里有了填框，这是你们发送消息的地方。您会注意到上面有一个所有人的字样。如果我点击这个箭头，您会发现这里有一个聊天，可能是专门给协调员的，或者有些聊天可能是专门给协调员的，所以这些消息可能不会显示给你们。但是所有人这个选项是显示给所有人的消息。如果我点击所有人，那么你们所有人的消息都会显示出来，这就是你们能看到的消息。好，我这里还有一个在场者，你们看到的在场者上面写着有个数字，比如说有55个人在场，还有一个图标表示在场者。这个在场者包括所有人，无论是参与者、协调员还是主持人。当我点击它时，现在在场者的数量变成了56。因聊天中可能有一些是专门给协调员的，有些可能是给协调员的，所以这些消息可能不会显示给你们，但是所有人这个选项是显示给所有人的消息。如果我点击所有人，那么你们所有人的消息都会显示出来，这就是你们能看到的消息。好，我这里还有一个在场者，你们看到的在场者上面写着有个数字，比如说有55个人在场，还有一个图标表示在场者。这个在场者包括所有人，无论是参与者、协调员还是主持人。当我点击它时，现在在场者的数量变成了56。So 你们看到在场者的数量，这里写着有55个人，还有一个在场者的图标。这个在场者包括所有人，无论是参与者、协调员还是主持人。These are all the attendees. And you notice that here is the coordinator and here is the number of coordinators. Here is the number and here is the participant. And this is the number of participants, which is 53. And this is the number of coordinators too. Here is the situation. Meaning he says, by God, there is a joining taking place now. Joining also shows me who is joining now. Dr. 现在拉希丁已经加入了，没问题。关于这一部分，正如我之前提到的，我们可以控制一些事情。如果我是协调员，我可以分配角色，比如说分配为主持人、协调员、评论员，或者将他们从会议中移除。这些都是你们看到的功能，我可以给参与这份配的角色。这里的参与者是我指定的，比如说博士贝莱，我现在可以把他分配为评论员。我们还没有讨论过分配为评论员这个角色。评论员的角色是 I'm 给他分配为主持人，分配为协调员，分配为评论员，或者将他从会议中移除。这些都是您们看到的功能，我可以给参与这分配的角色。这里的参与者是我指定的，比如说博士贝莱，我现在可以把它分配为评论员，我们还没有讨论过。分配为评论员这个角色，说关于评论员的角色，当我给他权限时，它可以打开一个屏幕，在上面写任何文本，比如翻译 or for 比如说用英语进行的会议，还有一些人和我们一起参加，我们想为那些不懂英语的人写一些阿拉伯语的文本，所以我会有一个评论员，给他权限让他可以写这些内容，会显示给所有人。需要看到这些内容的阿拉伯语用户就能看到阿拉伯语的文本。这主要是关于翻译的部分，更多的是书面翻译，也就是我们所说的书面翻译。关于这一部分， 你们还会注意到这里有一个叫做内容共享的功能。And 关于翻译的部分，主要是书面翻译，也就是我们所说的书面翻译。至于你们看到的部分，我这里还有一个叫做内容共享的功能。Okay? And I have something called my settings. I have content sharing and I have my settings. Okay? If we look at my settings, if we come and open this form, you will notice that there is a group of settings, video audio settings. And these are, of course, rest assured, my volume level. I can control the volume level from here, and I have the add settings. Add settings, what do they mean? You saw a while ago that, for example, the doctor or Shireen, for example, is organizing. So 什么会发生呢？会有一条消息现实，某人加入了，比如说谢林博士正在加入。好，有人吃开时，会有一条消息现实，某人吃开了。还有可能会有声音提示 or for example, when Dr. Mahmoud was making the hand raising sign. Now when he makes the hand raising sign and I am working and explaining something here, I don't see what is happening in the session. So when I get a sound, what do? I refer to the session here to see who raised his hand, who made this sound. I need something. These things, these settings, the announcement, something that announces me. Where do I get it from? From the settings here, from the settings, and choose the add settings. And here in the ads, there are many features. Here it tells me what? If someone joins the session or leaves the session, what do? Do I alert you with an audio ad? Or do I get you an ad from the microblogging site or an ad from the browser? All right, so let's avoid the audio announcements because of course every time a student joins or leaves, or if a student has an internet issue, they keep joining and leaving the session. So you'll find that the sound is constantly on, whether the student is joining or leaving. Therefore, it's better to skip the audio announcements. Now, regarding the announcement that the student is entering or exiting the lecture, we can make it a written notification from the control panel or the browser. What does that mean? It means there will just be a written message and that's it. But the audio announcement, let's avoid that. Now, let's assume someone is sending a message in the chat. When someone writes something in the chat, do we need to make an audio announcement for that? In this announcement, which is his announcement, that a student is entering or exiting the lecture, he makes it an announcement that is not blocked from the clubber or the browser. What does that mean? It will be just a written message, but this audio announcement is free of it. Okay, let's assume here that someone is sending a message in the chat. When someone writes something in the chat, do I need to make an audio announcement for that chat message? I can say, let's avoid the audio announcement and make it a written notification from the control panel of the program we're using right now. So I will see that I received a chat message, and when I see it, I can just go to the chat without any problem. For example, like this. If someone raises their hand, I might make it an audio announcement. Set it up. If you raise your hands, I get an alert. Alerts on. Sultan and Noura raised their hands, but I got no alert. Go to settings, scroll, turn on alerts. Manage settings, control sounds, keep only hand raising sounds on, join leave sounds, create noise. So there's no audio notification sound coming to me. All right, so when should I do something about it? In this case, I need to go to the announcement settings, scroll down, and set it to audio announcement. So any colleague who raises their hand now, the sound will come to me. That's the idea behind the announcement settings. I need to be able to keep track of everything. When I'm in the lecture, I need to be able to control all these settings. I have to manage what sounds I get and what I don't. Of course, it's best to keep only the hand raising sound on, because if we have sounds for joining and leaving the lecture, it would create a lot of noise. It would be very disruptive. So that's regarding the announcement settings. Important thing